Hello, my name is Emily Eversman. I am a VSU graduate student studying counselor education, and I am on the school counseling track. I'm also one of the graduate assistants at the counseling center. Today I'm going to be talking about sleep. 8 hours a night is the magic number that most doctors and researchers suggest. However, everyone is different. You may need less or you may need more than that 8 hours. Some questions you can ask yourself to find out if you're getting enough rest are: am I often tired? Do I wake up feeling refreshed? Do I sleep well? And do I get drowsy while driving or watching TV? If you are answering yes to these questions, it may be time to up your sleep time and quality. Today, I'm going to be walking you through 10 tips for falling asleep and staying asleep throughout the night. My first tip is journaling before bed. If you find yourself unable to fall asleep due to worrying and racing thoughts, you could try journaling. Try placing a journal by your bed and writing out your thoughts before trying to fall asleep. After writing out your thoughts, you may find yourself less likely to think about these thoughts once you close your eyes. You can use the journal just to vent and release those worries if that helps. However, also try to make a plan. Stephen Stonesi, the author of Soar Above: How to Use the Most Profound Part of Your Brain Under Any Part of Stress, recommends assigning your worries probability. So ask yourself, how likely is this to actually happen? And then write what you would do to cope if it does happen. This way, you're turning these worries into useful contingency plans. You could incorporate journaling into your nightly routine if that works for you, but you don't ever want it to let it become a chore. You can just use it as needed. Next, you want to associate your bed with sleep. Your bed should only be associated with sleep. As difficult as that may be, this means not lying in bed watching TV, reading, scrolling through Instagram, and anything else that is not sleeping. Because by doing these activities in bed, you are telling your mind and body that the bed is a place for wakefulness. Try to be outside of your room and out of bed throughout the day. Sit on the couch when you're on your phone or watching TV. I know this can be difficult when you're living on campus in a dorm room because they can be kind of small and you might not have any common room seating. However, try to sit at your desk or even investing in a comfortable foldable chair to sit in while you're awake. You can also take this tip further by getting out of bed when you can't sleep. I saw a lot of articles recommending that if you cannot fall asleep within 15 to 20 minutes, then to get out of bed until you start feeling sleepy. You should keep the lights dim and just do a quiet activity. Try not to get out of bed and move to lying on the couch or anywhere else that you might fall asleep that's not your bed. When you feel yourself getting sleepy, go back to bed. If you are still awake in 15 to 20 minutes, again, repeat this. This works to reinforce the association between your bed and sleep. It is totally normal to have to get up several times at the night when you first begin doing this. Next, we're going to talk about practicing mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness can help you maintain focus and worry less. It allows you to take charge of your busy mind and move to a more relaxed state. The practices work to focus your attention on the present moment. You bring your mind into awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. According to Headspace, mindfulness helps lower your heart rate by igniting the parasympathetic nervous system and encourages slower breathing, thereby increasing the prospect of a quality night's sleep. Practicing mindfulness may include exercises like breathing awareness or body scan relaxation. There are a lot of great apps to walk you through some mindfulness exercises. Calm and Headspace are two popular apps that offer free exercises or trials that you can try out. Speaking of breathing exercises, the 4-7-8 breathing method is known as the relaxing breath. This is the commonly recommended method for falling asleep. This pattern aims to reduce anxiety and help people get to sleep. Here's how to do it. First, you're going to exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound. Next, you're going to close your mouth and inhale deeply through your nose to a mental count of 4. Then hold your breath for a count of 7. Next, exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound to the count of 8. This is one breath. Now inhale again and repeat the cycle 3 more times for a total of 4 breaths. Our next tip is turning off electronics. The National Sleep Foundation recommends turning off devices 30 minutes to 2 hours before bed. Electronic devices emit short wavelength artificial blue light, which suppresses the release of the sleep-inducing hormone melatonin. These devices also delay the onset of REM sleep, reduce the total amount of REM sleep, and comprise alertness in the morning. If placing your phone right next to you at night is a little too tempting or distracting, try placing and charging your phone on the other side of your room at night. This could also help you wake up in the morning if you need to physically get out of bed to turn off your alarm or retrieve your phone. Next, you want to ditch the sugary foods and coffee. Caffeine blocks the effectiveness of endosine, a chemical that helps to bring on drowsiness and regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Caffeine can remain in your body for 10 to 12 hours. Therefore, you want to try to avoid it for the 10 to 12 hours leading up to bedtime. If you still want the taste or you're sitting in a coffee shop doing homework, try to go for a decaf option instead. Furthermore, sugary foods can also negatively affect your sleep. According to Stephen Moss, studies have found that those who have diets high in sugar tend to sleep less deeply and display greater restlessness at night. Eating sugar late at night overstimulates you, giving you energy, which is not ideal when you're trying to fall asleep. If you are hungry before bed, some foods that will help you sleep are turkey, almonds, bananas, and milk. Next, you want to try to maintain a routine. Your natural sleep-wake cycle is a circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythms are physical, mental, and behavioral changes that you follow daily. Keeping a regular sleep-wake cycle helps you feel refreshed and energized. You can do this by trying to go to bed and getting up at the same time every day. If you're getting enough sleep, you should wake up naturally without an alarm clock. If you still need one, maybe try an earlier bedtime. Going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day even includes weekends. Sleeping in on weekends disrupts this cycle. If you feel like you need a nap during the day to make up for some lost sleep, try only limiting it to 15 to 20 minutes in the early afternoon to also not disrupt the cycle. My next tip is to exercise, but not too late in the day. There is surprisingly little research on how exactly physical movement improves sleep, but the general consensus of the studies that have been done shows that exercise helps you fall asleep more quickly and improves sleep quality. According to Dr. Gamaldo of Johns Hopkins Center for Sleep, sleep can also reduce stress and relieve anxiety, which are common sleep problems. However, the release of endorphins and raised body temperature that occur from working out may cause an increase in energy and stimulation. Therefore, you want to avoid exercising right before bed. Maybe try to do it a few hours before in the early afternoon or morning. Another tip is controlling your exposure to light. We talked a little bit earlier about melatonin, which is the naturally occurring hormone controlled by light that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. When exposed to darkness, your brain secretes more melatonin and less when it is light. You can help regulate your exposure to light by spending more time outside during the day. Exposing yourself to light early in the morning can help you wake up. Try having your coffee outside or going for a little walk early in the morning. If you have a break before classes in the afternoon, maybe go on another walk or try to sit outside and eat lunch. You can also expose yourself to natural light even when indoors. Open up those curtains and blinds during the day and try to sit as near to the window as you can when you're inside. At night, however, we're going to try to do the opposite. Have heavy curtains or blinds to block out light from outside. Dim your lighting in your room using lamps or LED lights. And again, refrain from using electronics that emit blue light. My last tip is to improve your sleep environment. There are a lot of small improvements that may positively affect your sleep. First, most people sleep best in a cool room. If you do not have control over your thermostat, or you and your roommate can't agree on a temperature, Try a tower fan that you can put next to your bed. You could also try to keep the noise down in your room. If neighbors, traffic, roommates, etc. make this difficult, there are a lot of free apps that offer sound machines. White noise or fan noise may provide comfort as well. You also want to make sure that your bed is comfortable. The dorm room mattresses and even the mattresses in furnished apartments off campuses aren't usually great. However, you can find a mattress pad and quality pillow for a decent price in stores or online. Another thing you could try is aromatherapy, which is the use of essential oils. An essential oil diffuser and essential oils are also relatively cheap. Lavender and rose are popular scents that positively affect sleep. Again, dim the lighting at night using night lights, lamps, fairy lights, or whatever you find pleasing. You can also buy a face mask or weighted blanket to increase your comfort and block out lights. So those are my 10 tips for falling asleep and staying asleep throughout the night. Here are 4 of the apps I mentioned. Calm and Headspace were the apps that have mindfulness and meditation exercises you can do. Both are free to download. There are some in-app purchases, or maybe you have to pay after like a week-long trial, but if you just want to try it out, those are 2 great ones to start. And then Bedtime Fan offers some white noise and fan noises for you to kind of block out sounds from the outside. And then Relax Melodies is another sound app that has things like rain, or you're at the beach, or all kinds of different options for you to make you calm and block out noise. These are my references for this presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope that these tips help.